We're so dependent on Bellingham.
Do you think he is the future of Real Madrid?
No.
The referee, he's an asshole.
The referee was absolute dog shit.
Horrible refereeing.
That was probably the worst referee I've seen ever.
Hey.
Remins, we are here with
Maria Garcia Mella.
Jordan, baby.
David.
Alejandro.
Jorge.
It's cold, bro. Come on. It's cold.
What do you think of the game?
It was boring. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's like the most boring game I've seen in the stadium. We got the job done. Before I said that they were gonna tie, I'm never saying that again because Granada were shit. They should go back to the second division.
El equipo me pareció que jugó bien. El Madrid no tuvo problema para ganarle al Granada.
The game was a normal game. A little bit slow today. We dominated the whole game. I don't think Lunin touched the ball once.
It was pretty boring, to be honest. The referee was atrocious, but we won. That's what we wanted, and we're still top of the league, so that's what matters at the end of the day.
Thought it was a shit game, a boring game. The first half, I thought the game honestly could have went south because the referee was absolute dog shit. I was worried that he was going to drag Granada back into the game and that we weren't going to kill the game off.
The referee, he's an asshole. This bald guy, like, there's this one time where he fell on the ground and everybody was laughing, going crazy.
Oh, the refereeing. That's literally all I thought about the entire game. I couldn't even watch the game because every 10 seconds they would stop it. Fucking random bald guy, bro. Nah, he's so bad. Like, I actually think I could have done better. That was probably the worst referee I've seen ever.
They were telling me now after the game that this ref hadn't reffed Real Madrid in a couple years because once upon a time he made a mistake in our favor. And I guess today he was trying to redeem himself or something. I don't know. It was horrible refereeing.
Do you think Spanish referees are below par compared to the rest of Europe?
Yes, they suck. They all suck. That bald referee, get him out.
I think refereeing as a whole has gone down across Europe. I think it's because of VAR as well. I think that referees are losing their confidence because before a referee would make a decision with, his conviction and that was it, right? You had to live with the result. Now I think VAR makes referees second guess themselves a little bit.
Do you think VAR is beneficial?
If implemented correctly, yes, but no league, in my opinion, has shown that they can implement it correctly. So what's the point? Like, if you're not going to implement it correctly, then just take it out.
Nico Bass, he scored obviously midweek against Napoli. What are your thoughts on Nico Bass?
He's okay. I mean, it's not very easy to play a Champions League game at that age, with literally no experience. So, I respect him a lot.
Me parece que tiene mucho futuro. Es un joven que apenas va empezando. No lo conozco muy bien, pero tiene mucho talento.
I like the kid. To be honest with you, I hadn't seen him play much because I'm not able to follow like Cantera as much as I would want to. He definitely seems to have something.
Do you think he is the future of Real Madrid?
No. We're never going to see him again. Every time we see a good Castilla player, we're like always amazed and then they just disappear. And I think that's what's going to happen with Nico Paz.
Except for Fede Valverde.
That is true, but that's very rare.
Today we played a 4-3-3. It was the first time all season that we played 4-3-3. We've been playing Diamond. What did you think of the team?
I think they did well, but I think, having played on Wednesday, I think the legs are starting to get a little bit tired. I wish we would have seen a little bit more of Jude. Maybe he was playing, a little more back. But overall, I like the team. I like the team itself. But again, I think it's hard with when these teams just hang back. It's very hard to penetrate. And then you have this ref, and it's like, okay, forget it.
The 4-3-3 formation was all right, but I noticed Bellingham didn't have as much presence up top. Bellingham was more in midfield controlling, going left to right, left to right. I don't think the 4-3-3 is working with Bellingham in the midfield just because he doesn't have the freedom up top. Like, it's a lot more running for him. I think they should stick with I don't know. I think it just depends. 4-4-2 is more for possession. 4-3-3 is more counterattack.
I think a 4-3-3 could work with this team if everyone's healthy, but with the injuries we have now, especially Vinicius, Camavinga, important players that are part of the first 11, I don't think it can work. I think that because we're so dependent on Bellingham, I think it's good for him to have freedom, and I think it's good for him to be able to make runs into the box because I think that's what he's best at. I think he was a little bit more disciplined today in his position. He was more of a creator. He wasn't making as many forward runs as he normally does. I don't even think he played that poorly, but people equate goals to playing well. That's how they determine whether a player played well, but I think he had a decent game still, despite not scoring.
Bellingham today obviously had probably his worst game of the season. We can't really ask much from him, He's the best player on the team. I still love him. What did you think of Jude Bellingham today?
I thought Bellingham could have done better. He missed a really, really clear opportunity, but thankfully Rodrigo was there. I think he's a good enough player to adjust to different formations. I just think he wasn't at his best, simply. I don't think it has to do with the formation, to be honest with you. Just wasn't at his best, and move on to the next game.
He's amazing. I never expected him to have the season that he's having. 20 years of age, his maturity, his composure, on and off the field. His football IQ is ridiculous.
He's a leader. He had 2 opportunities. He missed them, but he didn't start running till the end. He doesn't give a fuck about getting injured. He's not thinking about any of that. He's thinking about pushing for every little play. He loves entertaining his fans.
Creo que Bellingham se cargó de comandar el ataque. Pedía el balón, se movía bien, pero tuvo 2 muy claras. Él en sus mejores días las hubiera metido las 2, pero Bellingham se le perdona todo, ¿no?
Do you think we're Jude Bellingham dependent?
Yes, 100%. Nobody talks about any other player now. I have a Jude Bellingham scarf. Everybody's wearing the Jude Bellingham shirt. Everybody loves him. But soon, mark my words, he's going to get injured at one point in the season for like a good month or two. That's why we need a striker. That was going to be our last clean sheet, by the way, because Kepa's coming back, so that's our last clean sheet.